Hello everybody, what is up? My name is the Zesty Joystick, and I haven't uploaded in quite a bit. Sorry about that. You guys already know what's been going on. I made a video about that the other day. Well, not the other day, it was like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. But regardless, that is not what this video is about. This video is about a pitch of a game concept that I am making and directing this video towards. Sorry, a bird flew by the window. This game concept pitch is directed towards Ubisoft. Now, just disclaimer, I'm not seeking any credit, any revenue, nothing for this. Okay? Feel free to, if you like my idea, take the concept, run with it, and never mention me at all. I don't care. I just would really like to see this as a game. And from the people that I've asked, which I've asked at least close to like 75, 100 different people about this because I wanted to know whether people would want to see this or not. A lot of people would like to see this turned into an actual game. So, without further ado, my pitch. Now, my basic idea for this, first of all, a majority of this game would take place in modern day times. Not modern day as in now with the whole pandemic that's going on, but relatively modern day, like mid to late 2000s, between the 2006 2009 era, something along those lines. And we would start off with this character. Let's call him Character A. He would be one of the main protagonists. He is a 17, 18-year-old kid who has had this eccentric grandpa slash uncle who his parents always waved this guy off as crazy. And ever since this protagonist, Character A, was a kid, the grandpa slash uncle always told him these ridiculous stories about assassins and Templars. And then, when the kid's around 17 or 18 years old and the guy is pretty much on his deathbed, close to dying, he calls the kid over and asks him to come over one last time, visit him one last time before he passes away. And he reveals to the kid that everything that he told him in those stories is true. That he is one of the last remaining assassins. And that it's up to this kid now to go into the secret back room in the house, grab his equipment, his gear, and everything, and rebuild the Brotherhood to take on Abstergo Industries, which, as you know, are secretly the Templars. Now, this would be really fucking cool to me, because my favorite part of Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, is when we would get to play as Desmond going out and doing modern day stuff, like climbing the skyscraper in Assassin's Creed 3 and fucking parachuting over to the penthouse to take down the Templar. That was easily my favorite part of the games that had Desmond in it. So I would really be interested in seeing this. And because of skyscrapers and whatnot, you could introduce a grappling hook mechanic that could also be used in puzzle solving situations. So, boom, you've already got a really interesting gameplay mechanic that makes sense with the environment and time period you're in. Now, the second protagonist would be, Character B. And this protagonist takes place in the mid-1920s during the rise of Al Capone during the Prohibition. Al Capone is secretly a Templar, using his abundance of wealth that he's gaining from his rise in the black market to fund the Templars' expedition into rising up Abstergo Industries, which would eventually come to power in the, relative current age. And I was thinking it would be a similar situation to what you guys did in Assassin's Creed Revelations, where you're playing as Ezio a majority of the time, but then To advance the story at certain points, you go in and do memories as Altair. But I also think that this would be an interesting way to tie in the nameless, faceless, voiceless protagonist that you guys have been having us play as in recent games, where you walk around in Abstergo Industries in first person. Maybe you're switching back and forth between, the present day kid and the person at Abstergo Industries going through the memories as this person from the 1920s, and eventually, as the kid learns more about what Abstergo Industries is and how they're tied to the Templars and everything, the kid gets into contact with the voiceless, faceless protagonist, and they start working together to take down Abstergo Industries from the inside. Come on, how fucking cool would that be? It could easily be, if you did it right, it could easily be one of the most interesting Assassin's Creed games that you guys have done in recent years. Because I loved Valhalla. I loved Odyssey. Okay? But a lot of the games that you guys have been doing in the recent installments of the Assassin's Creed franchise, they haven't been as interesting as, the classics. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3, the oldies but goodies. They've still been good, don't get me wrong. I love pretty much anything that you guys put out. But I think that this could really bring back a lot of the fan base that have kind of, thrown in the towel when it comes to giving your guys' games a shot. I think this could really rejuvenate the franchise, and, there's only so much that you guys can do in terms of historical events. There's only so many eras that you can pull from for concepts for these Assassin's Creed games. So at least for half of the game, because I imagine you're probably going to want to split it up 50-50 between 2000s era and 1920s era, having at least like half the game or something played as through the perspective of somebody from our era would be a really good way to shake things up, keep things interesting. And I have told people for years that this is all I've been wanting from Assassin's Creed. Love Syndicate, love Revelations, love the first game, I love Odyssey, I love pretty much everything that you guys have put out regarding Assassin's Creed. But this concept right here is what I have been waiting for you guys to make. And you guys haven't done it yet, so I can only assume that it's because you haven't thought that it would work. You haven't thought that, there's a fleshed out idea that would be interesting enough for you guys to want to make a game about this. So I'm hoping that even if you guys don't give me any credit or anything, because I'm really not looking for it, I just want to fucking play this game. I want you guys to make this so I can give you my money as soon as it's available for pre-order. Dude, I would pay $100 standard price, not even like $100 deluxe edition. I would pay $100 for the standard edition of this game. I'm telling you that shit right now. This would make me a die-hard Ubisoft fan. I'm already a die-hard Ubisoft fan, but this would just like fucking seal the deal for me. So, I don't know if you guys are even going to see this. You might not. And I might just be spewing out my idea for like no fucking reason. And this video will be a waste of time. But I hope that you guys see it. Because if you guys make this game, if I see a trailer within the next few years, and it has the basic premise that I'm talking about right now, I will cry. I will cry tears of joy, and I will pray to Ubisoft every night before I go to bed. Alright, before I have a fucking nerdgasm, I'm going to go Thank you all so much for listening to my concept pitch. Um, I hope that Ubisoft, if you guys are seeing this, that you take it into consideration. I would really appreciate it. And anybody else who sees this, I don't know what you could do, but do anything that you can to try and bring attention to this to Ubisoft. It would mean the fucking world to me. It really would. Thank you all so much for watching. I have a new video essay coming out within the next week or so. It's about the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye.